My first experience with AI was Mahatma Gandhi in Civilization 2 on my Windows 95 PC. And it was not a pretty relationship.
Oh, my goodness.
However, AI has come such a long way since then, and there are a ton of lofty promises swirling about on how any given AI product can make your life better.
It comes with no instructions.
Are you sure? It's not like tucked
It
in?
comes with no Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. Sorry.
So, what's the deal? Can this Plaud NotePin somehow deliver on its promise to make me remember shit better? Can their software actually differentiate themselves from their numerous and sometimes cheaper alternatives? Can this wee gadget integrate into your life well enough to be worth your time and money? And how sneaky is that hit to your wallet? Even though there are 100 new AI startups every morning, it seems like, Plaud is not new to this. For the last 4 years, they've built a leading name in the space. And although the NotePin came out in 2024, it's continuing to evolve in pretty interesting ways through its software. The design is refreshingly straightforward. It's not trying to be like this hidden spy button or anything on your shirt, and it's not like cyberpunk cringe like the Omi is. Seriously, even in their own product imagery, this guy's getting laughed at. It's just a small metal pin. It doesn't even carry any branding on it. You can wear it on a clip or with this little magnetic backing plate, or you can wear it on a wristband, which is sold separately for some reason. It's really smooth, it's very light, and it's just very compact for everything that it does. There are suppositories that are heftier than this gadget. Digging deeper into the hardware, the battery life is actually really good as well. Even though its functionality isn't designed around doing like an 8-hour recording or something, you could totally get away with it because you can do 20 hours of recording time on a single charge, or it can sit on standby for well over a month. To start a recording, you just pinch and hold it until you feel it vibrate and this little red light comes on. Interestingly, the recordings themselves actually sound pretty crappy. Like, I wouldn't use this to record a voiceover or do any sort of field recording. I was worried that this would mean that the transcription itself would be full of errors. But fortunately, I haven't noticed any big or consistent errors, even in noisy environments, and I've actually been testing this thing for about a month now. Okay, so the hardware is actually pretty sick. So why do I still have this skeptical little knot in my stomach? Because I've been here before. I recently reviewed the HiDock P1. You'll probably see some other reviews trying to compare these two devices, but they're really quite different. The P1 has a larger physical presence, obviously, and honestly, its onboard microphones focus a lot more on sounding good than the Plaud NotePin does. Also, its software is way more focused on integrating with meeting platforms like Teams, Zoom, or Google Meet. The NotePin is a lot smaller, and it focuses entirely on interfacing with your surroundings. This gadget is no use to you if your use cases revolve around using earbuds or headsets on online meetings. It's simply a small microphone that connects to an interesting software ecosystem that you use your phone to interface with. That's it. And I'll talk about that software. But first, how is this thing directly saving me time or money? I've actually found a few different ways that this has helped me out. There are situations where you can't always be, consciously taking notes, and it's really helpful to have something recording for you and then also taking the notes on the back end. I was able to take mine to the dentist, and it summarized all the different feedback from the dentist and, any action items like, floss, you son of a bitch. Obviously, make sure that people know when you're recording them. Not only are there sometimes legal boundaries around that, but it's also just a kind thing to do. I also used it when I was having a conversation with my wife about planning a trip we were going on. It provided the transcript of our conversation, then it summarized it, and it built like this trip itinerary around this very free-flowing, loosey-goosey conversation we were having about a Florida trip. And then there's the no-brainer options where, like, if you're a student and you're going to classes and you're sitting through lectures where it's beneficial to be paying attention and engaging in visual aids and whatnot, it's really helpful to have something recording and summarizing things in hindsight, not to make you lazy, but to be more of like a second brain for you. If your memory isn't great and you need to have things like these, summarized and documented, the NotePin could be a really great fit for you. But something that surprised me was actually the random squishy ways that I was able to use this gadget. For example, I tried this out with my wife as well, and it can act as a conversation coach, if that makes sense. Like, it summarizes the conversation, it gives you things to follow up on. It's truly acting as like a social coach for you. And that's kind of odd, but it's an LLM based on the stolen work of a lot of intelligent people. So honestly, a lot of the advice was good. I thought it was kind of a cool way to use this gadget. I also was able to use it as a Dungeons & Dragons co-planner. I fed it the recording of my last session, and I was able to ask it like, hey, can you summarize everything for me? Can you tell me some of like the most impactful character moments? And tell me how to like best leverage these character moments in future sessions. And actually, it did a pretty great job with that too. So what's the catch? Well, the price. It's always the price, right? $169 is the entry price. But you know what else takes a lot of money? Enterprise licenses for top-of-the-line LLM AI models like Claude and GPT. So without paying any subscription fee, you can use this device and all of its features for exactly 300 minutes a month. You can quadruple that amount of time and get up to 20 hours a month for $18 a month. Or you can get unlimited hours for $30 a month. Is it a good value for you? I don't know, maybe. You might not know this, but your phone's voice memo app probably already has this functionality built into it for free. Asterisk. Samsung, Apple, Google, and a lot more have been adding this to their own software lately. And most of them are free, although some of these companies have already announced plans to start charging for that in the future on a subscription basis. Depending on your use case, it probably has drawbacks compared to Plaud, but free is free. Try it out. But if you want consistency and structure, that is where Plaud pulls ahead. Damn, this is a great app. This is like the secret sauce for Plaud. Even though the hardware is similar to other options, and even though you're probably paying a little more than you want to on the subscription costs, you really are getting a very cool software experience. After your recording is ready to summarize, you can either have the Plaud app auto-select a summary template based on what it sees of your transcription, or you can select one yourself. Generally, the auto-selection does a pretty good job, but sometimes you have something a little more specific, or more importantly, something you want to be extremely consistent on, like lecture notes or a morning stand-up meeting at work. Plaud has a couple dozen templates that are baked into the app that work well, but way more magical than that, the entire user base can submit templates to be included in the template community. That means that if you have a weird, bespoke template need, there's a good chance that somebody in the community has already created that prompt and then shared it with the template community. You can create your own summary prompt and save it for later and even share it with the community if you want. Plaud even shares a bunch of excellent best practices on how to write the prompts for these templates. So here's the question you should probably be asking now. In a world where ChatGPT exists and you can record anything on your phone or on any old microphone and then throw that audio at ChatGPT or the transcription and then get a summary, why would you pay for this? It's a very fair question, and I think if you're being honest about your needs, it's going to exclude a lot of people from needing to pay for something like this. And sometimes I need to hear that when I'm looking at, a video review of a cool gadget. I need a good reason not to get it. That's it. That's your good reason. You can probably do this for free with the tools that you already own. But the Plaud app allows you to be extremely consistent and specific. Rather than just asking, hey, ChatGPT, summarize this. You can select from purpose-built templates or create your own that you can reuse over and over. From there, features like Ask Plaud lets you get increasingly specific about the content of your recordings. You can iterate and brainstorm with the AI based on the source material, as well as the summaries and mind maps that the app generates. And if you're still not convinced, here's a few extra cherries on top. This gadget uses Apple's Find My network, so if you're using it with an Apple device, you never really need to worry about losing it for good. Second, integrations routed through Zapier lets you connect Plaud to a bunch of other services, like Gmail, Notion, Salesforce, Zoom, and way more. Maybe you had a conversation with a client that you want to automatically share with a manager or partner. Easy. This isn't like world-changing stuff, but no one else is doing it, probably because it's not something that's directly monetized. Lastly, you can back up all of your files, summaries, and preferences to the cloud, meaning that you can use all of this across varying devices, rather than all of your data just being local. This is optional, but Plaud makes a very big fuss about all the varying privacy standards and principles their backend aligns with. No cloud is flawlessly secure, but their transparency and pride in their security honestly goes a long way in securing my confidence. So, back to the original question, can the Plaud AI NotePin actually help you remember shit better? Yes, yeah, it honestly can. Does the software differentiate itself from its cheaper alternatives? Absolutely, the app is legitimately impressive. Does it integrate into your life well enough to justify the cost? It depends on who you are. If you're drowning in lecture notes, or you really need consistent work meeting documentation, or you're someone with memory challenges, or you're a content creator capturing ideas on the fly, this thing is genuinely useful. The pricing model isn't cheap, but if you're using it frequently enough, I think the time that you save with it is honestly going to make it worth it. Now, if you're a person that values privacy over convenience, or you're content with a notepad and your phone's voice memos, or you're concerned that we're careening towards a future where our brains atrophy because we've outsourced every cognitive task to silicon, it might not be for you. But here's the thing about gadgets like this. They work. They work really well. And we're at this weird moment where this technology can genuinely make your life easier, but you have to decide if easier is actually what you want, and if it's healthy for you. Because it comes at a cost, and it's not just monetary. But that's a different video. Will I keep using it? Probably, yeah. For specific things. Do I feel a little weird about it? Also, yeah. Does it give anyone else kind of a weird, icky feeling? Is it just me? If your mind is already made up on the limits that you've set for yourself with artificial intelligence or lack thereof, I highly recommend the NotePin. It's wonderful execution, it's cool tech, can make your life a lot easier. I do have a link down in the description for the Plaud NotePin. They did send me this unit for free, but all of my opinions are my own, even those uncomfortable ones. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next video.